Welcome everyone to Growth School. Welcome to the Phenomenal Wisdom Center, where you're able to get real lessons that can help you advance your life, get your wisdom to grow, to become influential, and to move to the next level of your life. Well, we'll get started in some minutes. We want to really encourage and really want you to invite your friends, invite those you know who should be here, and get them in here. We will be starting in some sec, and I will be showing my face in some sec. So get ready as we're diving into the concept of leveraging the tools for growth and influence. All right, thank you so much for staying tuned. It's really amazing, and it's good to be having this session again as we look on the concept of leveraging the tools for growth and relevance. And this is going to be part three on the series on leveraging the tools for growth and relevance. And I will be trying so well to see how we could wrap up this session, which we started. I think it's been over a month or about a month since we started this series. And I want to really appreciate those who joined from when we had part one, part two, and now we are having part three. So we'll see how to wrap it up today and possibly go to something else next week because I have something coming to mind which we want to begin. So I hope you're doing so well. I hope your day went so well. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting Growth School. Thank you for always being there. Thanks to all those who are always sharing, posting, ensuring that the program has all of the balls and gets all of the people joining in on this particular concept. So far, just to have like a wrap from part one, we started sharing on a number of the different things that play a role in helping you become relevant and also influential in the things that you do. So we spoke about your philosophy, we spoke about the concept of purpose, we spoke about preparation, we spoke about positioning, and we also shared on how you can really make a miracle. What are the things that are responsible for miracles in the life of people? All right. So today I'll be sharing on, I think I have one, two, three, four. I would say I will cover about four of these things so that we can just wrap it up and then move on to something else from next week. So thank you for joining. It promises to be a very, very fulfilling time. I hope you have your notepad already, you have your pen, and then maybe you have something already to drink so that you can stay awake and then you can get really prepared on the things that you do. All right. So for many people, if you got my email or you read the post that led to this particular program on my LinkedIn, on Facebook, or on Facebook, yeah, I think also I posted on Instagram. I shared a particular story there, which is the way I'm actually going to start. At the time, I think this was around 2015, 2016, thereabout. I had someone who I happened to meet through my pastor, my district pastor then, who was invited. You know, my pastor just sent the name of this very high profile individual that, oh, we want to have a program for young professionals. And these are the speakers we wanted to reach out to. He sent me his email. I wrote the email, invited him, he came on board. And after the program, you know, I happened to be the person who moderated the event. And after the program, my pastor just linked up to him. Oh, it's my boy. I wanted to help him, you know, those kinds of recommendation. And this particular individual gave me his card and fixed an appointment that, oh, we should meet and all of that. Okay, so long story, fast forward. I went back to Abeokuta. I continued my master's program. I think around that period, I already had his contact, and there was this summit that he was going to be speaking at alongside a lot of other high-profile individuals. In fact, it was at that program I was able to see Tima for the first time. I think Femi Additional was in that program. There were a lot of high-profile individuals who came from government, from government, from business, from entrepreneurship, from leadership, from religion. You know, they all came to that program. And this is the thing about the program. I had every means to have given an excuse that I was not going to be at that program. Why? Because as a master's student, at that time, there was not really a job I was doing. I was just doing different stuff, doing some sort of writing for people, get some sort of money, just trying to manage. At the time, I was even Scotting. I didn't get an apartment of my own. And, you know, all of those things came in. But I saw this, and this individual shared this program. Why? Because he wanted me to attend, and he felt I was going to be there, and this was going to be an opportunity for me to meet this particular person who now is my mentor. All right, and I traveled all the way from Abeokuta. You know, you up on the bus, came, and then I navigated my way through, got to Unilag, got to the venue, and lo and behold, very big hall, lots of people. I think the people in that hall should be over 1,000 seated. Everybody was listening. The program was going well, panel session, keynote, everything, and all of that. Then at the time they were conducting interviews, and then I was willing to know to meet the convener. Then I met the convener of that program, Prince Joshua. I just reached out to him. We communicated, and it was like, oh wow! I just told him, oh, I came from Abiodun. I was like, oh, wow, you came all the way from Abiodun. We took pictures, and then after a while, I followed up. We fixed an appointment. I needed to meet him in his apartment, and we had really, really close conversation where he was telling me certain things, what I needed to do, what I needed to focus on. All right, if I was looking forward to making impact, I was telling him some of the things I was doing and things I wanted to do. Now, the thing about that is that most times when people see events, one of the things that come to your mind, especially in today's world, what comes to people's mind is you'll see questions like, are they going to stream the program online? Will there be a YouTube link and all of that? But as good as that is, of course, you will get the gist. Of course, you'll be able to listen to what is happening. But there are many things that you would not get if you are not in that place. And that's where I'm starting from, because added to some of the things I'm saying, one pivotal key that is essential in helping your growth, helping your relevance, helping you grow influence are the places that you go to. And part of these places have to do with the event that you attend. Through that event, I met this my mentor. It was like, oh, that's in fact, while I was trying to even move for him to see me, all those protocol guys who were trying to shield me away, like, because I profile, they were trying to protect him and all of that. As he saw me, he said, oh, this is my brother. He held my hands and he held me as we moved on. And why I came there, he saw, and it was like, oh, this guy is serious. Many a times, in your quest and desire to meet the people that will change your life, in your quest and desire to meet the people that will transform your life, in your quest and desire to meet the people that will empower you and shift you to the next level of your life, if you are not willing to pay the price and put in the diligence to be in the places where they are, you are going to lose a lot of the privileges that would help you advance your growth, your relevance, and your influence in life. And this is why you must be willing to pay the attention. I remember at the time it was Akin Alabi. Akin Alabi is one of the speakers in the House of Representatives representing, I think, Egbeda in Oyo State, Ibadan, Oyo State. And at the time, he said at this time he had a lot of things about making money online. At the time he was in Ibadan, they were to hold a particular workshop and seminar in Lagos. I think it was supposed to be for 2 or 3 days. He woke up very early, hop on a bus, came down to Lagos to attend the event, and then got linked and connected to I think the founder of Complex Sports, who became his mentor and taught him everything about knowledge business, about digital marketing, digital product, how to create digital products and all of that. And from there, he built a lot of businesses. He made a lot of money. He became a millionaire. Why? Because he came to a particular place. Imagine if he just sat in the room and say, oh, I'm going to wait. You're going to stream the program online. He would have not been able to gain access to mentorship. He would not have been able to gain access to connections and even a number of leverage that he had. This is why you must understand that part of the tool needed to shift you in your career growth, in your financial life, in your physical life, in all of the things you're doing are the places, the events that you choose to attend. All right. So when I talk about places, one of the things I'm referring to are the events that you choose to go to. Sit down sometimes, even if I know there are a lot of buzz around, oh, this event, that event, oh, we saw this list of speakers, we saw all of these things. Many times you should be deliberate about knowing how to make use of events. The issue sometimes with most people in Africa is that we love events so much, but we don't know how to use them. We love events so much. Like, oh, I love events. I want to attend this event. I want to go for this. Oh, this person is speaking. You want to go there. This person is, you want to go there. But by the time you are done, you are not able to recount the results or the outcomes outside the things that are said. One of the things that events and places should achieve in your life is that it should be able to bring you in contact. It should be able to make you build connections with critical people that can advance your life and that can shift you into escape velocity opportunities. All right, so it's very important that you understand the effect of places. So the places you go to, they are able to create remarkable difference in your life. Now, from that event, just by seeing what a young person did at that time, what a young person did at that time, sorry, what a young person did at that time, building such events and seeing all of the things happening, it created a kind of possibility in my mind that I could also make it happen. It created a possibility in my mind that also made me see at the time that I could make this also deliberate. Why? Because the things you see, the things you build, you have the ability to be able to replicate it. This is why you need to visit places. This is the reason why you need to attend physical events. All right. Virtual events are good, they're amazing, they are fantastic, but you really want to grow to a level of influence, to a level of impact. You want to be able to do very great things in your life. You must know how to make use of places. And one advantage you can have, especially for people who are based in Lagos, is that there is almost no week, no weekend in Lagos, even sometimes during midweek, that strategic, very pivotal, life-changing events don't happen in Lagos. I know it happens in maybe some other parts, maybe Abuja, maybe Port Harcourt. I don't know so much about that, but I know about Lagos. I know about Lagos. There's usually no time in Lagos. Now, and if you're somebody who live in states, neighboring countries to Lagos, like I just shared, I was in Abeokuta. I came to Lagos to attend the event. There was a time, it was a Sunday, I think after church service, my mentor also invited me for another event somewhere in I think it's in somewhere in, I think it's Alaba. One side they wanted to hold an event. I came to that event, I met him. I was so blessed, I was so impacted. He saw me again. Now, you must know that some of the people you're reaching out to, I want you to mentor me, I want you to be my mentor, I want you to do this. Sometimes they want to see your seriousness. They want to see that you are truly willing to be mentored. And what do? They will just, maybe they will post an event on their profile, or they share an event on their status, or they put their event somewhere. Don't wait and say, come and mentor me. Pay every price you can pay and attend those events, and try your best to ensure that they see you. Oh, they are speaking at this event, they're able to see you, you are there. Oh, okay, I've seen you. They are speaking somewhere else, you're able to move, and then you're able to attend. Oh, that's nice, I'm seeing you again. The moment they are able to see how deliberate and intentional you are, they will start drawing you close because of your intentionality. The problem is, some of you are looking for high profile mentorship, but you are not putting effort into it. You are just wishing it's going to happen. You are just praying one day those people are going to come. What effort are you putting to travel? Look at even some of the spiritual leaders, some of even the people you respect, some of the people you look up to, some of the people you are like, oh, I love this person, I want to do all of this. Some of them will tell you their stories, how they left Nigeria, traveled to the US to listen to Kenneth Hagin, how some of them left Nigeria, they went to listen to Kenneth Copeland, and by doing those things deliberately, by beholding those things in those places, they returned back to their territories. They held on to the principles, and they started growing in influence. They started growing in relevance. They started making impactful progress. You will see people saying, oh, I went to South Korea to the church of David Yonggi Cho, and they started advancing. Don't listen to those things and just take it like, oh, it's them. Embrace the principles and use them to advance your life. You can also grow influence. You can also become relevant. You can also do deliberate things in your life. But the question is, where are the places that you go to? Where are the places that you go to? Don't tell me I want to become so influential, I want to become so great, I want to do mighty things, and the only places you go to is O and Best. All right, you go to O and Best, no problem. You go to birthday parties, no problem. But the truth is, what impact and how will those things and those places you go to, how will they rub off on your dream of becoming someone that will matter in your generation? So it's really important that you understand the roles of events. Number two, the places you go to, but willing to also visit inspiring environments. Environments that inspire you, the places that inspire you. I used to encourage people. Jarvon Samuel, thank you so much. Yeah, this is indeed eye-opening. Yeah. You know, I told people at the time when I returned back from, I think I returned back from service here, and I started hearing about places like BI, Lekki, Highland, Lagos Island, Victoria Island, and all of those things. And one day, I did something very, very radical. I just had like little money. I had little money for me. I felt, this money I had that I saved from service here, I think I could get something from it. And I had the transport fare. I took money, not because I had any serious business. I took money. I went. I got to Oshodi, boarded bus. I said, "Oh yeah, carry me to Island. This Lekki and something they are talking about." And then I went to Lekki. What did I want to do? I wanted to see the kinds of things that were there. I wanted to just inspire myself. And then I got there, I started seeing skyscrapers, I started seeing organizations, I started seeing this, I started seeing buildings, and I was like, wait, so human beings are the ones that thought about this, built this, and human beings are the ones living here and doing a lot of stuff. And I started inspiring myself with the possibility of that place. Okay, maybe at that time, yeah, there was no money to say I was traveling to US, I was traveling to China, I was traveling to UK, I was traveling to all of this place. But at least there was a place around me, there was a place not too far away that I could use to elevate and inspire myself. Sometimes your belief system is at the degree of the things that you have seen. Your belief system is at the degree of the things you have seen. The reason why you believe you are doing so well is because you are operating at a degree that you have not yet, at a degree that you have been able to see. The moment you want to grow your mind, because influence will not grow by the things you do. Influence starts growing by who you are. So you need to improve, elevate your point of inspiration, elevate your point of motivation, elevate yourself to a point, and then visit inspiring places. Sometimes, if you are too used to a mediocre environment, maybe in the place you stay, in the place you be, sometimes you just see that, it looks like nobody's really motivating you, nobody's really inspiring you. Sometimes get money, save up, go to high class places where the best, not best per se, where like the high profile people you look up to, where they visit, go there and buy the most affordable things that you can get there, and sit down. What are you doing? Begin to just watch people, begin to look. Oh wow, see how this man walked in. Oh, see the way he dressed. Oh, see the way he walked in. Oh, see the way he spoke. See the way he reacted. Oh, see the way he sits. See the way he interacts. The more you begin to dominate your mind with those views and with those ideas and with those images and with all of those things in your mind, it begins to grow something in you of a possibility you can work in. Why? Because you say, but this person is human being like me. Oh, this guy is just a young guy like me. Oh, this person is just a young guy like me. Oh, this person is just this and is able to do this. You begin to grow inspiration inside of you. Sometimes you just go there, walk into an eatery. All you can afford is water. Get it and begin to watch. How do they behave? How do they act? How do they do this? How do they do that? The reason why you are satisfied where you are is because the people you are staying around are not motivating you to be better. They are not inspiring you to seek for something more. And that's why you are settling for the level of influence you are operating in. Okay, maybe you are in that maybe little corner in your religious situation, and then they are clapping for you when you will flat, you would all be there, say, ah, you are the best singer. Go to places, watch people how they do it, step into places where people will heighten your level of excellence, and then you begin to do those things better. Or you say you're a programmer, and people say, ah, your code run, your code run, and then you are running code on console, and say, ah, yeah, it's okay. So go to programs where those guys are. Look at the kinds of products they are pushing. So while you are growing, you also have something that inspires you to be better. So the places you go to, they are very, very important. So the places you go to, the places you visit, the places the kinds of people that you see around you, the people who take certain actions, they elevate some sort of inspiration inside of you, and they cause you to grow, and they advance your life. All right. Now, the third thing I wrote under places is that seek opportunities to leave the places you are used to. All right. Seek opportunities to leave the places you are used to and have new experiences. Have new experiences. There are communities that you are able to meet like vital people. You are able to listen to conversations that will spoil your mind, that will get you to become really diligent, that will get you to begin to work very hard, that will get you to begin to drive for more, that will get you to begin to pursue excellence, that will get you to begin to drive for something better than mediocrity. What you have to do is that if you have the means, pay to be in such communities, pay to join such inner circles, pay to join such associations. Why? Because the conversations that happen there, they will expand your mind beyond the knowledge that you have right now. They will expand your mind beyond the knowledge that you have right now. Right now, I belong to a forum whereby the conversations we hold there, they are not the regular conversations. They are not conversations that you would even hear in your church. They are not conversations you would even hear when you are in your normal circles or friends this, friends that, and all of that. They are real life conversations that enhances your leadership. What was the privilege? What brought me to that circle? Deliberateness, positioning, yes, favor, help, and recommendation. There's such kind of community you need to belong to, so that when you get into such places and those things you hear begin to replay in your mind, nobody will have to tell you not to be lazy. Nobody will tell you, nobody will have to be motivating you. The reason why you're looking for motivation every day, listening to this motivation, listening to that one, listening to that one, and at the end of the day, you're doing nothing about it, is because you have no community that you are accountable to. You have no community where somebody will say, oh, God, you don't sleep, you don't sleep. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You don't have anybody. So even when you relax and you are not becoming relevant part time, you are not becoming influential, you are not growing, you are not advancing your life, everybody just feel is okay. And everybody leaves it to be normal. You need to belong to a community that would advance you. There is a place where you have to be. There is a place where you have to be. Now, let me tell you this. This what I'm going to say is for people whereby maybe over time, maybe while you were growing up, or in the compound where you stayed, or in the place where you stayed, most times everybody just live their life. People just do not desire excellence. People don't crave to be leaders. Nobody wants to really sprout out to do something extraordinary. Nobody wants to really take that challenge to be like, oh, the extraordinary, and miss all of these people. Everybody just leaves. Many times, what you really have to do is that you should be willing to go to places and stay in places that do not match the level of mediocrity of the place you're coming from. You know why? Because even the Bible said it. It said a prophet is without honor amidst his own people, all right, in his own house, because the moment you become deliberate, like for example, I'm seeing a lot of fantastic people now doing a lot of stuff on LinkedIn, trying to tell stories, trying to share their journeys, trying to do a lot of things. The people that used to see you, maybe when you were together, you were the type that, oh, when you're gisting, you say, hey, see Sandra, hey, see Sandra, yeah, sure. Sandra is now wearing high elo. That's what you used to discuss. Or you see, see Shegun is down bouncing. Oh, see stickers. Shegun. And then that's the community you used to be in. But now, as a result of maybe attending events, maybe listening to great school, you are now choosing that you want to become deliberate. You are choosing, oh, you want to set up a community. You are choosing, you want to work on your finance. You want to work on your public speaking, you want to work on your writing, you want to work on your positioning, you're trying to rebrand yourself, you're speaking differently, you are no longer talking like those mediocre people. You know what those people will do? Say, Titi. So now you two, you want to become a social media star. You want to start thinking that you're serious, eh? I saw your post that time. That your post, it makes sense. So, but are you saying now you want to become social media guru? You two want to become motivational speaker, Abi? And then they are telling you those things. Many a times you need to come out of among them and be ye separate, and then follow your journey. Before you know it, the people you are sent to will begin to look at your consistency, and they start following, they start commenting, they start taking you seriously, they start doing all of those things. Why? Because you have shut your mind and your ear of the people who are trying to bring you down. You know why? Because they thought you will continue to be that person who was average and mediocre, and they never expected you were going to come out and become different. After a while, they'll say, oh, let's see, after 4 months, or maybe let's see whether you continue. After 6 months, after 1 year, after 7 years, after a while, when they see that you remain consistent for years, they are going to align to your new level of thought. They would align to your new level of belief. And this is the reason why you need to give yourself that intentional drive to build new community and association that will elevate your point of reasoning. All right. So many times the miracles you are not receiving is because of the community that you belong to. The moment you change your community, you start moving with new set of people, you start going to different set of places. There's a difference that it makes in your life. There's a difference it makes in your life. You know, the Bible says something about Jesus, like Jesus could not do many miracles. Why? Because they dishonored him. That's the basic truth. Because they dishonored him. Why? Because of their unbelief. All they were saying was, oh, see Jesus, the son of Joseph the carpenter. Is this not Jesus that used to do stool for us? Is this not Jesus that used to build those wooden shower for us? How come he has now come now and he says he's a miracle worker and he's doing many things? Because of that belief, Jesus could not do mighty works. And that's why you see sometimes maybe you do spoken words in your church and people will laugh, that was good though. You too, you can speak like this. And then they just say, hey, well done, well done, well done. And the moment maybe a new institution or a new church invites you, and you go there and do the spoken word, you see all the applause, and all of them will clap for you and say, wow, that was good. And then they even honor you, they reward you, they do all of those things. You know why? Because the prophet is without honor, but in his own country, in his own city, in his own village. So what do you have to do? You must be willing to appear more, to be more in the places where you will be honored, where you will be appreciated. Why? Because the people who have always seen you, who never believed you can come to that level of prominence and relevance, they will keep killing your dream and they will not see the value of it. They will not see the value of it. So what did Jesus do? Jesus went to other cities, and when he got to other cities, he was doing this, healing the blind, healing the sick. He was helping those who were oppressed. He was helping the lepers. He was doing a lot of those things. What he could not do amidst his own people. Sometimes even your own relatives may be the one who will look down on your gifts. They look down your gifts. They say, "Is it not this our brother? He has been speaking now. Our brother, is he not the one? He has been doing all of this, he has been doing all of that." And then they don't appreciate it. What do? Keep working on your craft and still keep seeking and positioning for the opportunities that will advance you. That's why sometimes the worst places where you will get counsel from when you're willing to take extraordinary decisions are from the people who are used to you. They are from people who are used to you. Not all the time, but sometimes. All right. So be willing to take up new challenges that will shape your life. All right. That will shape your life. So stay away from people who will try to discourage you. While you are reinventing yourself, you're trying to journey into influence. Some people may say certain things. Maybe in the past, there were some things you were doing together, not to delighted. You need to be willing to block such people, shut them out, and stay focused on your journey of influence, on your journey of impact, and on your journey of relevance. So that's number five, places. Now, number six, perspectives. Number six, perspective. Number six is perspective. Now, last month I had the privilege to be one of the facilitators for there's a program called a Code Digital Skill Initiative, where the Lagos State government through the Ministry of Tertiary Education used to hold like trainings. They hold trainings, teach on digital skills, different digital skills, programming, database, um, data entry, branding, digital marketing, um, productivity tools, a lot of those packages. They teach it, I think, for about 1 week, 5 days, and it happens in different local governments. So I happen to be recommended to be one of the facilitators. Now, one of the things that we're taught, which I took, was on the concept of branding. Yes, branding, and I got open, I got exposed to a number of things. Do you realize that a lot of the reason why you are not able to really communicate who you are, and you are not able to intelligently tell people about yourself, is really because you have not taken time to measure what perception people have about you. You have not measured the perception people have about you, and you have not done a lot of self-awareness. You have not done a lot of self-awareness. The moment you are able to do something called self-awareness, self-assessment, you will be able to come up with a clear communication that anywhere you go, people can get you and they can decide whether they want to work with you or not. They can decide whether they want to work with you or not. So, like for example, you go out and someone asks you, "Oh, please tell me about yourself," and you be saying, "Oh, I'm this, I do this, I'm do that." They are asking, "Who are you?" They are trying to find out what perception should I have about you. What perception do you have about you? So you will never be influential outside the perception of people of you. You will not be influential outside the perception of people of you. And you will not be able to become truly relevant when you are not sure what perception you're creating. When you are not sure of what perception you are creating. So now let me ask you, for example, why do you go to, or why do you think a woman will go to like a normal market? A normal market, when they say you go to market, Pancheke market, Kuto market, and then when you get there, you want to buy something, and the woman calls a price. You can price it. Okay, maybe they called an item, say for example, no item is coming to my mind now, or Okay, let me even use food item. So you go to the place where they sell frozen food and you want to buy turkey, and then they say half kilo. You say, oh, I want to buy half kilo, and the woman says, oh, it's 10,000 naira. Someone can price and say, madam, gree, Sheikh Ogbani, gree 6,000. And then you begin to argue price. No, it took a lot of time. Oh, even from the cold room, it did not come at that price. If you see the stress we went through, and they will tell you all the story. If you see the stress, it's not easy. Oh, to buy turkey now. Turkey is not small. This is our government. This our this. Government, they have to help us. So, turkey that we used to buy 2005 one time. See, things are really expensive. Oh, and then you negotiate. Maybe eventually they will not agree. They'll say it's 5,500. You pay and then you come back. But if you visit Just Right or Gender or maybe Bukul and you want to buy that same thing, they just put the price there. You pick it, and what do? You go there, you pay, you do not negotiate. There's nobody you're even asking and saying, I beg, this thing did not agree 7,000. Nobody is even going to answer. You are paying instantly. Why do you think you go to one and you negotiate, and then you go to another one and there's no negotiation? What happened? The same person visited two different places. You see the impact of play or perspective? Two different places can price one, but it's not pricing the other one. Let me see. I'm trying to check the comment now. Let me see if you get the point. Why do you think you go to one, you price, you go to the other one, you do not price it? Why do you think? What do you think? What do you think is the reason why? What do you think is the reason why? Tell me if you know. What do you think is the reason why? So you go to the shopping mall, you do not price, but when you go to the local market, you will price it, and you will be there pricing, and eventually, after a while, you are able to still beat down the price. Why? One single answer: perspective. Perspective. What you perceive of one will determine how you price it, different from what you perceive of the other one. Different. Yet, both of them are turkey, but you do not buy them at the same price. Both of them are turkey, but you do not buy them at the same price. Now, the question is, what perspective do you have? What perspective do you create that is going to make people not price you down when you mention a price? What idea do people have about you whenever you go out and you tell them, oh, this is what I do, this is how I do it, this is what I think should happen, this is how I think it should go, and yet after you say all of those English, they still feel that your price is too high. You know why? Because of the perception they have. Thank you, Sanusi. Branding, packaging, environment. Perfect. The branding is different. The packaging, they are not the same. And the environment where you find them, they are not the same. Now, can you bring this back to yourself? Based on the things you're doing, the kind of business you're doing, the kind of craft you're doing, the kind of skill that you have, the kind of talent that you have, what's your branding, what's your packaging, and what environment do they usually find you? What environment do they usually find you? Just think about it. What environment do they usually find you? There are times I remember when I was doing, like I still do. In fact, I have another like wedding reception MC duty this month. There are times when I was still doing like marriage MC and all of those things. Sometimes what I was looking for was just privilege. Make I just talk, make I just do make I just did make I did talk. Make people know say I feel do these things. And there are times when I went out, and if all someone gave me was 10,000, I still felt, oh, it's good, thank you. At least someone appreciated my gift. But there was a level where someone invited me, and someone paid far more than that. I was like, so it's all about perspective. It's all about ideology. It's all about this. Until at a time, a friend of mine was telling me, like, people pay even up to six figures for those things. You know why the pay is different? What environment, what brand have you created, and what's your packaging? And what's your packaging? People used to think, packaging is lie, packaging is not this. It's not true. Package yourself well. As you're going out, you want to speak, package yourself well. You are coming up, you want to come online to speak, or you want to do your own TikTok video, or you want to post a picture on Instagram, or you want to have a corresponding post with your Facebook post. What do you do? Package it well. Don't just say, oh, they will receive it the way I am. I'm going to push it out anyhow. Pay attention to your image. Sometimes you may even need to save up, go to a studio, take very nice pictures, add it up to the things you're sharing, because the perception you create matters. Tara Space is saying the perception of the brand. Correct. Yes. The perception of the brand. That's why it's different. The perception is different. Faithful Timmy says the brand. Yeah, definitely the brand. So what's your brand? What perception are you creating? What do people think about you? How do people value you? If someone invites you right now, maybe to come and sing, someone invites you to come and speak, someone invites you to come and MC, someone invites you to come and maybe do that craft you're doing, at what price will they put you before you even mention your price? There are places that if you really want to help yourself, and they ask you, oh, what do you charge? What do you charge? There are some that straight up tell them your charge. There are some, because of the environment you enter, if you mention your charge, it will be like you're ridiculing them. The best thing to do is pay me what the value, pay me the value that you think. And sometimes they pay you times through your charge. You know why? Perception, perception, perception. Very important. Perception, perception. I know someone very close to me who is into fashion business, HAC collections. At a time now when she sews her clothes and does it, she put packaging, put tag there, HAC. It's different. It's not like normal tailor that will just fold cloth, put it inside bag, take. You know why? What's happening? Perception. People say, this is amazing. So even from here, see this packaging. It looks like it's one that just came from UK. Package it well. Never render your service. Never create a perception because of the environment of your operation. Create a perception based on how you want to be announced, based on what you want people to say about you, based on what you want people to think of when they are sleeping. So the next time they think of that service and you come to mind, something has to be said to their mind. Don't just say, oh, I'm still a student. Package yourself well, even as a student. Package yourself well, even in the things you do. Don't just come out and be like a ruffian. You know why? Because people will never hand over things to you when they perceive that you are not responsible. Because if you can't pay attention to yourself, you can't pay attention to how you smell, you can't pay attention to your mouth odor, you can't pay attention to how you dress, you can't pay attention to how you speak, you can't pay attention to how you communicate. How do you think people will hand over greater things to you? Perception is important. Perception is important. So part of what I intend to show you, um, let me see if I can find, um, let me see if I can find something. There's a prompt that I created while we're working on this. I think I found one. I will just show you so you can replicate it. So I'll just save time. All right, so I'm going to show you my screen. I'm going to show you my screen. So you can replicate this. I'm not sure how I'll be able to share these except for those on my Telegram platform. Yeah, thank you, Abiodun Oda. Yeah, how do people value you? Yeah, how do people value you? How do people value you? How do people value you? All right, so I want to share my screen. I want to show you this prompt. This was the prompt I made use of in teaching in that class. Just hold on a sec. All right, so this is a prompt on personal branding. I just wanted to read through. If you're using your phone, you can just turn it into full screen, check on landscape so that you can follow through. So this was a prompt where I said, hello, Chat GPT, I'm working on building a personal brand. I have been able to do a strength audit and I've discovered things I can do easily. I just did some sort of that sort is not correct, sort of SWOT analysis. I need you to help come up with 5 key traits that can define me and my brand. Maybe, for example, strategic thinker, emphatic leader, among others. Below are my findings from the strength audit. Okay, just you can just screenshot. So now this is an example of someone. So she found out some of the things she can do, and some of those strength and all of that. So she said, this is for her. You can edit yours. She said, teaching people how to edit videos, continuing to do my personal YouTube tutorial, starting my personal news coverage, teaching people how to design graphics and all of that and all of that. And then he went ahead, talked about his strengths, his weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and then he did all of that. Now, see what ChatGPT came up with: 5 key traits to define your personal brand: tech savvy educator, creative communicator, strategic thinker, resourceful content builder, emphatic guide, and trainer. Okay, now see, this is actually a short statement which this guy can make use of in his bio. So he would just say, I'm a tech savvy educator and creative communicator who simplifies digital tools for everyday professionals. With a knack for strategic thinking and a heart for teaching, I help people unlock their potential through videos, designs, and digital media, even when the odds aren't perfect. All right. Oh, sorry. Pardon me. Sorry. Thank you, Tara Space, for showing me that. Let me remove this. Sorry. Thank you for showing me that. So let me go back to the prompt so you can screenshot. So hello, ChatGPT. I'm working on building a personal brand. I've been able to do a strength audit and I've discovered things I can do easily. So these things written here are the things the guy can do easily. All right. So you can just write out for yourself the things you can do easily. Okay. So you just type it in that particular place. You just type it there. All right. You just type it there. Then when you type, you now go ahead to talk about your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So, of course, strength has to do with what are your internal advantages, like your talent, your giftings, the things that seems to be internal assets to you. They are like your strengths. Some of the things you can easily do, or maybe some of the nice things people have said about you before, or some of the things you just find yourself that, oh, you could do. Maybe you're a great leader, you find it easy to lead, you find it easy to communicate. Those are your strengths. Weaknesses are external disadvantages, the things you wish you had internally but you currently don't have them. Those are weaknesses. Opportunities are external advantages, maybe like trainings, maybe like seminars, maybe like qualifications. Those are external advantages. Maybe friendships, maybe connections, maybe associations. Those are things that you did not create, but they are available to enhance your life, to help you improve your brand, to help you improve your business, to help you improve your career, to help you do better. You did not create them. The advantages that are external. All right. Then we also have external disadvantages, right? External disadvantages. Those are your threats. Those things that are not externally available, that if they were available, they would have helped improve your life. Okay. Those are threats. Then when you're done You can come up with like 5 traits, different things that define you, and then it gives you something called a brand statement. So, like for instance, this brand statement can be what you can then put maybe on your LinkedIn bio, on your Instagram bio, and anyone wants to talk to you straight up, you can communicate with them. I am this, who does this, and because of this, I'm able to come up with this. Straight, you have your brand statement without having to struggle, without having to know how to communicate. So you go anywhere, you have mastered that statement, and you can tell people about your brand. You can tell people what your brand is all about. Okay, you can tell people what your brand is all about. All right, can I move on? I'm still going to stay on AI tools. Can I move on? I guess yes. Now, the next thing I want to show you, I'm going to remove this. All right, the next thing I want to show you is a number of times people struggle with always putting themselves out. Okay, people struggle with always putting themselves out. Like, for instance, you want to stay consistent with pushing out content on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok. Why? Because you need to create that perception. You need to share something, you need to post something, you need to communicate something, but sometimes you are just lost on idea and you become very inconsistent. Now, there's something called a content calendar. It was during this training, a co-facilitator was sharing with me that as easy as creating a content calendar can be today, there are people who are looking for individuals they want to pay to help them create a content calendar. What's a content calendar? Of course, just a schedule that gives you idea on what you can post every day or for during different durations, where to post them, and the ideas that you can actually push out. And it's as simple as just making use of AI. All right, just making use of ChatGPT. Um, so I'm going to share my screen now and show you how I'm going to do that. And can someone just tell me what you do, tell me what your brand is about, and we're going to use your instance as an example. Just tell me what you do, tell me what your brand is about. Anyone I capture first is what I'm going to make use of. Just mention what your brand is about, what you do, and all of that. So we're going to come up with together. We'll come up with a content calendar that is going to help you. So if you're a business person, or you're an entrepreneur, or you do something, you have a brand, just tell me what it's about. Then we're going to craft something. So I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at the comments, and I'm going to pick. We'll pick someone at random who's going to be that lucky person. Who's going to be the lucky person? All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Natural hair care products. All right, Tara Space. Good. All right, so let's see how we get this done. Hello, ChatGPT. Assume you are um, you are the founder of Tara's Place, who is into seeing natural hair care products. Okay, who is into natural hair care products. You are willing to sell. This should be products. You are willing to sell your products to ladies in Africa the between the ages of 17 and 45. If you were willing to promote your product and make big sales, what will your 40-day, let me say 40-day content calendar look like? Include the right platform, content ideas, day and time to share them. I will now say present in a tabular form. Now let's watch what happens. So that's my prompt. Hello, ChatGPT. Assume you are the founder of Tara's Place, who is into natural hair care products. You're willing to sell your product to ladies in Africa between the ages of 17 and 45. If you are willing to promote your product and make big sales, what will your 40-day content calendar look like? Include the right platform, content ideas, day and time to share. Now let's go. So you can see now, it's saying first day, Instagram Reels. What time should you post? 7 p.m. Content idea, intro video. Welcome to Tara's Place, your natural hair bestie. What form? Videos. Number two, TikTok, 12 p.m. Quick tutorial, how to moisturize dry natural hair in 3 steps. Short videos. Can you see? It means for the next 40 days, you will not lose. You will not lose. I know Tara is happy now. You will not even lose one sweat on knowing what to post. You will not lose one sweat like this on knowing what to post. Tara, are you delighted? Come and pay me. So for the next 40 days already, you already have an idea on what to post. You already have an idea on what to post. So maybe I'll share this with Tara. Tara, are you my contact on WhatsApp? Are you my contact on WhatsApp? Okay, or what I would do is just want to share this so for the benefit of everyone. So you can just replicate this and then share according to your own business. Share according to your own business. So I'll share this in the comments. Share this in the comments. So for those who are live, you can just copy that. You can copy that and then just adopt to your own business. Okay. Okay. So that's it. All right. So you can actually create such perspective. So you now have the means of pushing out posts. You have very nice images. In fact, with today's world, where AI picture creation is now the in thing, you can also make use of them. All right. So it's good. Maybe you also want to create like posts, you want to create a lot of those things. You can just proceed and all the way you have it, right? All the way you have it. So create posts, intelligent posts. You can even still come back to AI and look out for maybe the post of somebody you love so much. Put it there and tell it, oh, please model the structure of this person's post and help me come up with maybe a Facebook post or a LinkedIn post on this particular topic. All right. Make sure that it appears so much like human and it's able to connect with the audience. Then you begin to see a lot of posts. So you can stay consistent with sharing ideas, with communicating, with growth. You can grow your platform, you can grow your influence, you can do a lot of things. All right. So, though personally for me, I always don't use AI for my posts. I use once in a while. Sometimes I have to just also regenerate my own ideas. But for somebody who maybe sometimes you are not so sound with creating very sound posts, use AI. There's nothing in it, but just always go back, re-edit, make sure some of the things said are true, put it into your own tone, and then you can also post. A lot of people who build large following on LinkedIn, many of them use lots of AI tools, okay, which you can also use. So it's very good, and it's also very amazing. So build your brand, move on, and then do a lot of other things. Gilbert, it's nice to see you. Gilbert says, "Wow, Tara Space, you're laughing. It's true, no? It's true. You pay for it." All right. So number five. Moving on. I said number five. We have places. Number six. We have perspective. I'm going to skip number seven. I'll just talk about number eight, and this is where we're going to wrap it up. Number eight is programming. Number eight is programming. I need you to take note that many of the things you do and you don't even understand why you do them, they are simply a result of programming. They are usually simply a result of programming. You should be aware that there are people who sit down, okay, who hold a meeting, whether with themselves or who hold boardroom meetings or who take certain decisions on how they want to control the minds of people. How they want to control the minds of people. When you realize that when you give yourself to watching maybe a series or a movie, or you give yourself to watching a TV, that's why a TV show, that's why they call it a program. Many a times the attempt is actually to refine, recontrol, restructure how you think, how you reason, how you respond, how you react, and how you take decisions. Every time, sometimes it happens to you unconsciously. It happens to you unconsciously. Some of you, just take note, some of the languages you have, some of the lingua, some of the English, some of the things that form your vocabulary, they are a result of either a song you listen to, maybe you have a favorite artist you listen to, a movie you watch, a TV program you tune in, maybe a podcast you listen to, a video you watch. Many of those things, they have a way of controlling how you take decisions. You don't have to be aware. You just know how programs are. I happen to have my background in computer science, and one of the course you take compulsorily is computer programming. What happens in programming? You sit down, you get a particular programming language, you write certain codes, you push it out. By the time you want to run, you give a particular input. That input does not need to be aware of the syntax and the codes you wrote. It has to give you an output based on what has been programmed. The same way, many of the things you watch, if you want to really become influential, you want to really become impactful, you must pay attention to your programming. Pay attention to your programming. Sometimes someone said something, even if it's not about you, you just find out you're flying up, you're doing something, or if you find yourself always being suspicious of people, um, you grow to a point of influence, or you grow to a point of leadership, or you take up a responsibility, and you find out you are always suspicious, or you find out you are always envious of people. People do things, or people are doing well in their lives. Something just creates some sort of envy in you, or something make you feel like, oh, why is it not you? You are a product of a programming. You're a product of a programming. Maybe you watched a movie at a time, and when you watch that movie, it told you that when people are moving ahead of you, it's always because they are using your head. Every time you see people, every time you see people are moving ahead of you, you just think, oh, this person is using my head. This person is doing this because you're a result of a programming. Now, that's going otherwise. The same way, when people say, it's nothing now. I can watch something and yeah, I can watch that reality show. I can do all of those things. It's not doing anything to me. You're lying. You're telling lies unconsciously. You are lying to yourself. You are deceiving yourself unconsciously. There is a programming is creating inside of you. Is that not the reason why you sleep and when in your dreams, the things you used to see, or when you go out and you see a lady on the street or you see a guy on the street, what does it signal to your mind? You have been programmed to think that way. And that's why many times you are not disciplined. You can't contain yourself around an opposite gender because of the programming that have come into your mind. And if you don't work on your programming, as you begin to grow into the journey of influence, it will affect you. You see, many of the people who, when they became great, when they became influential, when they became wealthy, when they became known, you start hearing of different scandals. Different scandals. Oh, the guy now is doing this. The guy now is that. The guy now is this. The lady now is this and that. And you start hearing a lot of things. There was a programming that was created in their mind. The same way why some of you right now, you're thinking that, oh, let me just have opportunity to get a political position. I am going to do this and make it. How did you come to that decision? There was a programming. There was a programming. Pay attention to your programming. As you're joining into influence, joining into growth, people are beginning to know you. You are beginning to grow the followers. You are beginning to meet with high-placed individuals. You are beginning to gain certain access into certain places. Work on your programming before those things come in. So that while you make so much effort to grow tall, you make so much effort to attain a level of influence, you make so much effort to grow followers, you make so much effort to gain so much trust, your programming is not the reason why you will come down. Pay attention to your programming. Such programming like maybe you grew up in a family, where you find out that there's always shout. Maybe somebody saying, "Oh, how are you?" You just shout. "Hey," you're always loud. You're always loud. You know, I went for a seminar and then we met some people, very loud set of people. You know why? Programming. They stay in an environment where noise, noise, or the loudest person is the one that shows is superior. So whenever they are in a communication, they're in a conversation, they need to speak so loud to show that they are superior. And most times they are not usually intelligent in such conversation. You need to work on your programming. Work on your programming. There are places where being loud is offensive. They don't see it like you're trying to prove a point. It's offensive. As you begin to grow at certain stages, sometimes intelligence, calmness, finesse, ability to be able to stay calm is what will actually give you the credence, is what will actually add to you. You get what I'm saying? Are you getting what I'm saying? Work on your programming. Work on your programming. Work on your programming. Now, this is the other thing I want to mention. All right, Javon, Samuel, I'm taking the sentence one. Pay attention to your programming here. Very important. Pay attention to your programming. Now, the other part I'm coming at, I needed to start with you. The other part you need to work on while you're trying to leverage and begin to build influence and relevance is to determine what program you are going to create. All right? Determine what program you are going to create. Why? Because you will not be able to draw loyalty. You'll not be able to draw people to become loyal to you if you don't have a program. Like, for example, Growth School is a program. You can see what it's doing to you. It's heightening your wisdom, it's giving you the ability to be able to take deliberate steps. Like, as you go out and you listen to these things, whenever you see certain things, you know how to respond to them, you know how to build your life. Like, for example, as a result of Grow School, some people will now have to sit down and start trying to work on their brand. Some people will start creating posts differently. Some people will start making use of excellent images. Some people will no longer go on TikTok and then all they are doing is to shake their buttocks and to be shaking the front and back and to be doing some of those things. Why? Because there's a programming that is reshaping your ideology. Now, you also need to sit, plan, and create a program that you would also give out. Of course, don't take notes. Remember where we started from: preparation, your ability to read, align with a level of knowledge, be able to have people you look up to, create a system. You know, we have said all of that. Then, from those experiences and from that level of growth, you are able to create a program. You need to have a program. You need to have a program. Look at all the people you follow. You know, the ones that you wake up every morning to join in the prayer. You know what is happening? A program is created. And then what's happening? The influence is growing. The program is created, the influence is growing. Why do you think you are loyal? For those of you who are Christians, you know you have to go to church for some on Monday and Thursday, for some on Wednesday, midweek service, for some Sundays, you have to go on Sundays. You know why you stay so loyal to the system? Because a program was created, and that's why they call it midweek program. You know, they say midweek service, but it's midweek program or weekly program. You know, that program is why the influence grows, is why the loyalty stays. If you do not have a program, you will not be able to grow your relevance and influence. And the program does not need to be a webinar where you come on video. It may be a podcast. You can check my YouTube channel. You can even start a podcast on your own with your smartphone. You don't need to get the sophisticated mics and all that. Just by making use of Anchor FM, it's an app. Go check it. Do YouTube research on how to start a podcast on your smartphone with Anchor FM, and then you have a program. Maybe every Friday you invite people. Start with those who will be your WhatsApp status. Start with those who you are in the same WhatsApp group. Start with those who know you. Speak to people and tell them, oh, I have a podcast I just started. The name of my podcast is XYZ. It could be Grow Your Mind, Improve Your Mind, Live Young. Live young as you grow old. You know, you just have names for your podcast. Create a program. That's a leverage that can help you. Before you know it, if you offer so much value, someone will reach out to you and say, oh, I've been listening to your podcast. Your podcast is so good. I want to invite you to come and speak on my webinar. I want to invite you to come and speak in my church. I want to invite you to come and speak in my program. Oh, I'm putting up this together, and you have been speaking so much about things that have to do with health and impact. Please come and speak. So you need to create a program. You need to have a programming. You must become a programmer. Become a programmer. Create a program. Grow School is a program. You know, I'm one of the students of Night School by John Obidi. That was a program. People go for that program. You need to attend the program. You know, I have a lot of people. Paul Fu used to have the Paul Fu show where he talks about sales and all of that. That's creating a program. Creating a program. It could even be setting up a 2-day event where you are able to put in all of the investment, invite key people to come and speak. From there, you set up an email list where you share with people. It takes a lot of diligence. Influence is not easy. Relevance is not easy. It takes a lot of hard work. Are you willing to put in the work? If you don't want to end up being the one always applauding every other person, saying, yes, you are doing well, and then you are the one following, watching, doing all of those things, what will you create? You need a programming. You need to create a program, create a program, create a program, create a program. Yes, you may be seeing others, doing the tour, traveling from US to Canada, traveling to UK, traveling to Polaco, traveling to all of the places. They are creating their programs. They didn't start that way. They started one step after the other. The lessons you learn as you grow will be your leverage as you keep advancing. Keep advancing. You need programming. All right? You need programming. And what I would say about our programming from what I've learned as a computer scientist and a computer science educator is every time before you program, you need to have a programming language. You need to have a programming language, which means the people you're speaking to, you will communicate to them in the language they can understand. Okay, in computer program, we have Python programming, we have Java programming, we have C Sharp, we have C, we have C++, we have Perl, we have JavaScript, we have a lot of programming languages. Depending on what you're speaking to will determine the language you use. So while you're creating your program, you must determine the language that these people will be able to understand. So create programs. Create programs. You're not too young to do it. Just keep improving, keep preparing, put out your face. Nobody will do it for you. You have to position yourself to get it done. To get it done. If people create programs that control you, you can also create programs that can influence others. All right. Don't be the one. It's not your business to complaining. And why are they doing this reality show? And why are they sponsoring this one? Why are they doing that one? It's not your concern. My brother, my friend, my sister, create your own show. You copy that, create your own show. And this is what I will say as my final words. I hope you got value. I hope you learned. I hope you got a lot of things. My final words will be, you do not have forever to live. Make the day that you have count. You do not have forever to live. Make the day that you have count. Thank you so much. It's been amazing from part 1 to part 2 to part 3. And finally, this is where we call it a wrap on this series. We'll be starting out with something newly. I'm still thinking in my head. We may likely have a guest next week. There's someone I'm thinking of talking to. I'll speak to him first. He's well-respected individual in Liberia, and I'm looking forward to invite him to come speak to us on a very, very key topic on national development next week. So, but you would get all the gist as it goes on. When we get finality on what to do, you will hear about it. Keep making the rest of your life the best of your life. So, like, come your way again. Keep making a difference. Keep changing your life, and keep transforming lives. Bye bye.